Hey, ladies.
Morning.
Hello, good morning. So, I wanted to bring up a topic of conversation in regards to investing in yourself when it comes to your goals, your dreams, the things that you are aiming to achieve in your life. Um, I'm really Something came up for me recently where I was having this conversation about the importance of investing in yourself. And that could be investing time, energy, finances. And then when you get more finances, investing those finances back into yourself so that it's a steady growth, right? Towards achieving what it is you're looking to achieve. So I guess I would like to hear y'all's thoughts on self-investment. At what point do you have to question whether or not you yourself are worth investing, putting that time, putting that energy, putting those finances into yourself? And what is required in order for you to truly invest in yourself?
I'll go first. Or do you want to go first, Brittany?
No, it's a loaded question. Go ahead, ma'am.
Only because I'm in that situation right now. I feel that I have a lot to say on it. That's what I chose to do as far as moving into entrepreneurship and stepping out on my own. I got tired of just having somebody else have control over my finances and my livelihood, and things change and you're disposable. And I didn't like that narrative, and I want to change it, So you invest in other people all the time and you don't think twice about it. And when you're doing it for yourself, it seems to be a sacrifice, but it's not sacrificing when you're doing it for somebody else. Somebody else gives you a schedule, and whatever traditionally in a traditional job, they give you a schedule. Most times you don't choose it, and you have to work your life around that schedule. So if that means that you have to find sitters for your kid, pick up, drop off times, alter what time you eat dinner, you then alter your life around that schedule. But when it comes to when you put your own time into your own stuff, you seem not to understand that there still needs to be some type of consistency and time and effort put into yourself. Same thing with finances. You have a 401k in most traditional jobs, and they're putting money, most of the time taking money out your check and going into a 401k. Yes, it's an investment. You don't see it because they take it right out your check, snatch it right on out of there, but you're still doing it. And you're okay with that. You don't tell them people, no, don't take that money out my check, because you feel like, okay, well, this is something that I can see in the future. This is going to be my nest egg when I retire. But we don't do that when we're trying to do it ourselves, because we see the money and we can see it in our account. And if we take it out, it's like we're taking away from our household. That could have been your lunch money. That could have been anything that you can just take small bits of that you're not going to miss anyway, and put to the side to invest in yourself. You don't have to do it all at once. It has to be your perception or mindset that you have to change in order to make those changes in your lifestyle. So, you can do it. It's just a matter of, in your head, how you perceive it being done. Don't make it like a chore or something that if I do it, then I have to sacrifice something else. You're not really sacrificing it. You're really just redistributing what you've already been doing.
I agree with that. That's not a sacrifice. I think too many people look at it as a sacrifice, but it's an investment. You are literally investing into your future. You're investing into yourself, your dreams, your achievements. And, it's how badly do you want it at the end of the day?
Right.
How do you want it?
How much do you actually believe in yourself to say I am worth the investment? Because that is such a loaded question, but it's really personal. I can get here and say, yeah, I'm worth the investment, and here are my reasons why. But the truth of the matter is that, do you truly believe you are worth the investment? And do you know why? You know, it's based on how much, like you said, how much do you want it? How much do you desire? How much do you want to change? How much are you willing to, some people do call it sacrifice, but how much time and energy are you willing to expend and invest in the betterment of you, in the betterment of your finances? And that's on every level.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think I came to this major realization this year for myself about how important it is to really invest, and like that kind of deep definition of investment when it comes to for me, or how I view that definition of investment, right? I was thinking to myself a couple weeks ago how I had cashed my 401k out early after I had quit my job in the airline industry. And before then, you know, I had all this money coming in from the stimulus checks and things like that. And I sat there and I was like, if I would have had that money with the mindset that I have today, I could have done so much more with that money in terms of investing within myself. It's not that I didn't use that money to invest in myself when I got it, but I don't think I was as smart in the ways in which I used that money, A, and B, I used some of it for investment, and then I was kind of irresponsible with the rest of it, you know. Not to say that I have regrets, because it is what it is. I don't have regrets, you know. I actually feel like I needed that to help push me in the direction of, okay, now you know what you need to do, right? And this year has been one of those years where I've really learned the true definition of self-investment. I work myself every single day. I do something towards my goals, towards my dreams. I'm consistently challenging myself. I've created a financial plan for myself so that I can make sure that whatever finances that I'm getting in, that there is a portion of that gets put right back in to what I'm doing in order to build, in order to grow. I have multiple streams of income lined up, you know, that are small streams of income right now, but the more that I invest into it, it'll become bigger and bigger and bigger, you know. They all kind of feed into each other and help each other to grow. So I've kind of had to sit with myself and think, like, you're sitting here and you're kind of just waiting for a particular opportunity or a particular thing to happen that signals for you to do something, you know. Instead, just do it. Just do it. And I had to ask myself, like, how badly do you want it? If you have somebody who you're looking to go to invest in something that you're doing, you know, how are you going to show up? How are you going to present yourself to make them believe that you are worth the investment? You know, if you yourself don't believe it to the point where you have the passion and the drive to implement that type of investment with yourself, how is anybody else going to see that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. So it's interesting. It's an interesting conversation. It really does come down to how badly do you want what it is you're trying to go for, and how much time, energy, and finances are you willing to put in to make that happen? For me, the answer is I'm going to keep going and going and going and going and doing what I need to do. And ultimately, like, yeah, I could tire myself out, or I could, you know, it could be exhausting or frustrating at times, but I'm still okay, because internally it's fun. I don't know if that sounds weird, but it's fun to invest in myself. Like, I've noticed that I get excited. Like, people are like, well, aren't you drained? Aren't you tired? I'm like, yeah, I might be physically a little bit tired, but I'm excited. Like, I'm motivated to continue to do it. It doesn't, because I've made it in a way that doesn't seem like a chore for me to invest in myself. I see the potential. I see the dreams. I see the desires. They're right there. You know, I'm just working my way day by day, step by step to get to them.
I like how you said that you're working day by day. You don't have to choose to jump in all the way at one time. If you have more time to devote into yourself, use your time. If you have more finances, use your finances. If you have more support as far as people around you who also believes in your dream, rely on them some. If you cannot dive right in at one time and put your whole full 100% self in, be resourceful. Be resourceful. Yes, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't always think that if you're wanting to invest in yourself, you have to go all in. If you don't bet on yourself and put everything in, that you're not going to be successful. You can actually gradually move towards your goal, but just use what you have access to and excess of. So if you're working a full-time job and you can't quit your full-time job because you have responsibilities, but you have an income coming in, any little bit that you have extra, put that towards something.
Yeah, absolutely.
I absolutely
make a plan.
Yes, if you don't work on weekends, put 4 hours on Saturday and Sunday into your job, into yourself. Just give yourself those 4 hours. And then after those 4 hours are done, just cut it off. Stop working. Eventually, you will create a momentum that's going to thrust you towards your goals. However, you have to be consistent since you're not doing it full time. If you miss a weekend, that weekend was probably really pivotal to you moving to the next weekend. So you have to be consistent and put forth the effort, the time, and the energy, like you said.
Absolutely.
I agree. I think too, like kind of off of what you were saying, Quayla, it really is about what you put into yourself, right? Because you can, if you have like a coffee, right? If you're used to going out and you're used to getting coffee, and that adds up, right? That adds up over time. But it's a conscious choice. It's a conscious decision of, I'm going to maybe limit how much coffee I go out and purchase every week. Not that you necessarily have to just do away with it altogether, but that $5, $6, $7 that you are utilizing for that coffee, you can turn around and take that $5, $7 and go put it into a savings account towards what it is that you're doing, even when it comes to time. Some people make the excuse of, I just don't have the time. That's never true. You always have time. You just have to make the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Create space for it.
Yes, you have to create the space for it. Even if it is, okay, I come home, let me just implement 15 minutes towards doing what I want to do. 10, just something. Let me just do something. I feel like that excuse of, I don't have the time. It's an excuse. That's all it is. You can make time to do things. Even like the busiest people in the world can still make time to fit in certain things that they want to do or need to do.
It's redistribution. That's exactly what it is. Everything that you normally do for other people, you still have that for yourself. You just now have to reevaluate where that time goes, where that money goes, how you are allocating those things that happen in your life.
Your energy, basically.
Yeah, you're just moving it around, more fitting to yourself, to invest in yourself, because there's a bigger goal at the end.
Exactly.
Like the coffee. I don't have the money, but you could afford this coffee. So instead of you affording this coffee, afford you. Make yourself a priority.
Yep.
Redistribution. Under new management, okay?
Hey, yes, management. I like that.